I'm Jeff Witterstaetters, my wife Angie, and we've been at Center Pointe now for a little over 3.5 years. And during our time here, we've really grown and gotten to know a lot of people and really enjoyed everything. Yeah, it was first for me right away, I believe, what really kind of confirmed we're in the right place here at Center Pointe was beginning to serve in the children's ministry here. We had served previously in our other church in children's ministry and really felt that the children's ministry is a vital part of a church. And we got an opportunity to speak with Pastor Tammy, a couple times about the Next Gen ministry. And after just a couple of conversations with her, we were very excited to be part of that.
Yeah,
yeah.
One thing that has really meant a lot to us at Center Pointe is our small group. As a group, we made it a focus to stay service-centered. We do a lot of serving. We've done helping Hamilton, we've done Serve City, we've done caroling at a nursing home. So about once a month, we try to do a service activity all together as a group with our families, which is nice. Definitely for me, growth here has been listening to Sean's messages and just hearing bigger kingdom impact and really wanting to teach our kids that and really to show them there's more out there than their little world, and they are blessed and we are blessed, but we need to be a blessing for others.
I think that that's really a great mission of Center Pointe, that they definitely do a very good job of living out and following through with. And as Angie said, we're definitely excited to be a part of that, and it's really impacted our family. Back before we got married, we had some premarital counseling sessions with the pastor at our previous church. He was going to be marrying us. Through this session, one of the sessions that he did with us was actually really geared on tithing. And as he was going through and explaining the importance of tithing to us, he was making many scriptural references to really kind of show us the biblical basis of God's command for tithing. And I remember Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse 22, saying, make an offering of 10%, a tithe, of all of the produce that grows in your fields each year. And obviously the big point of that was the 10% number. I remember thinking at that time, how's that going to work for us? At the time, I had just graduated from school not too long ago and was unable to find a job in my field of study at the time. So I was working at Kroger, stocking produce and making whatever money I could there. And Angie was actually finishing up physical therapy school and studying for her boards. As a person who was studying to be a software developer, I think very logically and numbers oriented, and the math was not adding up to me on that. However, we had several discussions, of course, and lots of prayer leading up to it together. And it was very clear and evident that we felt strongly that God was calling us to tithe anyway, and to trust in Him. And that was something that our pastor had made a very big mention of as well, the importance of it, to trust in God, and it's a matter of faith. And so we did. We began tithing after we got married. What followed after that was really a series of blessings that only God could have orchestrated and been part of. We just couldn't believe it, and we just kept believing and understanding that God really was behind us and living up to His promises. I actually received a job in my field of study not too long after that, and the circumstances of that too. Again, with long story short, I had actually interviewed with this company prior for a software developer job and did not get the job. Had an opportunity to interview with them again for actually just a technical support position in the hardware department as kind of a stepping stone. And I got my foot in the door there, and within a year, I was able to meet with the development manager there. And he just said, you're doing amazing work here, your resume looked great. I remember interviewing you. Why didn't we hire you the first time around? And I was able to be promoted to that department team and be working within my field of study. And I think we knew right away that God was with us. And there's many more stories we could tell of the financial blessings that came out of that. And it's not only financially either, the way we feel blessed based upon our faithfulness. I mean, many opportunities, of course, our wonderful 2 daughters, and we've had opportunities to just serve and meet other people through different avenues of giving to church, and so many people have come in our lives that have been a complete blessing. And we know that God is so faithful, and when you're faithful to His commands, the rewards are just overwhelming at times.
We just thought, I don't know how this is going to work, but it did, and the numbers always seemed to work out. There was always enough in the bank account to cover the bills and then some. To think that after we got married and basically had no money and lots of college debt, to be able to build a house within 3 years of getting married was a big blessing.
That's the thing about God. He's not concerned with the numbers and the math. He's much bigger than that, and He certainly made it work for us. If you're someone who's on the fence about the Unfinished initiative, I'd just like to say, please come along for the ride. I know the hearts of the leadership here at Center Pointe is firmly believing that God is leading us towards this vision of expanding and reaching more people for the kingdom of God. We need as many people along for that ride as possible. Also, I remember hearing Sean say a phrase that really stuck with me, and that was, wherever God is leading you is better than where you are today. We believe that it's really stuck with us, and we know where Center Pointe is going is better than where we are today.